You don't need it. You don't need it. That is a comment that I got quite a few times when I mentioned in a video that I don't wear makeup. I haven't worn makeup I haven't been wearing it for like 5 or 6 months, but the last time I wore it was in January for my younger brother's wedding. I put on some makeup, and honestly, it felt really great to take it off and kind of solidified my convictions like, yeah, I'm not wearing this again. I actually got rid of it. I didn't even bring any makeup back with me to Japan. But yeah, people said, you don't need it. I know that people were trying to give me a compliment by saying that, but it actually kind of annoyed me. It bothered me because the thing about it is, think I think that they were being nice, but I don't think that they followed their thought through to its logical conclusion. Because the implication of saying that I don't need it, it implies that you think that there are some people who do need it, or it implies that there might come a day, or there might be a day where my skin doesn't look so good where I do need it. The real conclusion to come to is that nobody needs makeup. That's my take on it, and I know that it's controversial, but just give me a minute to explain myself. Obviously, I'm coming at this from a Christian perspective, and I think the emotional and the spiritual reasoning behind why I stopped wearing makeup is 10 times more important and 10 times more interesting than the practical reasons. Practical reasons, for example, being like the chemicals that are in makeup, the inconvenience that it causes when you go out doing things like swimming or running and getting sweaty, or even just scratching your face, getting on clothes, stuff like that. I could go on and on and on about practical reasons like that, why makeup is just a pain. It's annoying, but who cares? Because at the end of the day, those reasons, they aren't enough for most girls. They don't care. They will still wear it. So when I started thinking, okay, why am I doing this? When I was putting on makeup every morning, I was thinking to myself, like, man, should I be doing this? I thought, okay, what does the Bible say about it? When I looked into it, it's only mentioned twice. The first time being Jezebel, so not good. The second time being in Jeremiah, where it talks about it compares Israel to a woman who paints her face and acts like she did nothing wrong. Not good. So those are the only examples where makeup is specifically mentioned in the Bible. And the other times the Bible talks about the appearance, it's encouraging us to dress modestly and to focus more on our inward appearance than the outward appearance. So biblically, it's not explicitly condemned, but it's certainly not something that is encouraged. Personally, I don't think that you'd have a biblical case to say that it's expected or it should be expected of women to wear makeup. Why is it expected of women, and why is it only expected of women? Because I live in Japan right now, and I have seen quite a few men wearing makeup. They're in the advertisements as well. A little foundation, a little tinted lip, a little shadow under the eyes. They got their eyebrows shaped. And some people see that and they go, oh, that's feminine. Or he's, you know. It just makes me wonder, why? Like, why is that a part of a girl growing up or, becoming a woman, is that she's expected to paint her face, but if a man does it, he's looked down on? Why is it a feminine thing to paint your face? Most people will just accept things the way that they are. They won't question things. They'll just be like, oh yeah, that's just the way it is, and just move on and not think deeply about it. But I'm telling you right now, the way that the world is going, if the world keeps on going in this direction with the social media, the vanity, people constantly staring at other people's faces and obsessing over it, and staring at themselves in the mirror and in the camera and being obsessed with how they look, more and more men are going to start wearing makeup. Straight men, like men who like women, are going to start wearing makeup. And that is just the natural progression of it. I've seen it happen already in Japan, because there's an expected standard of perfection for how people's complexions are supposed to be. So I would just, ask yourself, if it's wrong for a man, why is it okay for a woman? Why is it expected of women? Don't just brush it off, but like genuinely think about it. When I think about it, I think it's because women are expected to be eye candy. They're expected to dress up and be objects that are pleasing to the eye. And that's not That's not a biblical worldview. That's not a biblical view of women. To want them to doll themselves up in a way that the world considers more beautiful. Because, let's be honest, at the end of the day, the purpose of makeup is to make yourself more attractive. Whether it's heavy makeup or it's light makeup, just a little bit. At the end of the day, it's to make you more pretty. Like, can we just be honest about it? Because I've heard so many girls say, oh, I do it for myself. And I don't understand that. Do you really believe that? Like, do you really do it for yourself? So if you were hanging out at home with no one else around and you weren't going out for the whole day, you would put foundation on. You would paint your eyes if you weren't going anywhere or seeing anybody. I don't think that you're being honest with yourself. You need to leave! And you can pick a fight with me in the comments. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm trying to challenge people who are wanting to think deeply about it. Not just, oh, I wear it for myself, and then just brush it off and just, let's not actually examine the heart behind our actions. So if you'd actually like to think deeply about it, I have a thought experiment. I want you to imagine that you've just moved to a new country. And you can do this thought thing if you're a man or you're a woman, right? I want you to imagine you've just moved to a new country. And this country, this society, the society in this country, they have no makeup. They have no concept of makeup. They don't wear it. They don't have it. They don't sell it at the shop. They don't even know what it is. As a Christian, with the worldview that you have, would you want to introduce makeup into that society? Would you think, hey, you know what? These women, they need to start painting their faces every morning to be more pretty, to be more physically attractive. They need to start painting their faces. If you answer honestly, I would hope that the answer would be no. Because you know that everybody in that society is made in the image of God. You know that they're already beautiful. You know that they don't need makeup because they have nothing to make up for. It adds nothing. They're already beautiful. Yeah, but they're already pretty, yeah. But makeup is about enhancing your features, not covering them up. Cope, extreme copium, because you are literally covering up your features with paint. That's about enhancing, not covering up. You're literally covering them up. You are covering up the way that God made you and changing your face to look different. You have nothing to make up for. You were fearfully and wonderfully made, knit together in your mother's womb by God himself. And you're just gonna say, you know what, God, you know what? You did a good job and all, but I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit. I'm just gonna tweak it a little bit. I'm just gonna make my lips a little bit darker, a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna make my eyes a little bit longer here. Just gonna make my brows a different shape. I'm just gonna touch it up, Thanks God, but I'm just gonna touch it up. He didn't make any mistakes with how he made you, with how you look. He made you look the way that you do. He made you. So going back to what I said at the start, Christians shouldn't think that anybody needs makeup. If you look at a woman, whether you yourself are a woman or a man, whatever, if you look at a woman and you think to yourself, she needs a little foundation. She needs a little mascara on her eyes. She'd be so pretty if she just put a little concealer here. That means you have a serious problem, right? Like something's wrong with you if you look at someone and think that. You're placing value on someone based on their appearance when their real value lies in their heart. Their real value lies in their spirit. And if you agree with this idea that, yeah, nobody needs it, you have to accept that you don't need it. And my question to you then would be, well, if you don't need it, why wear it? You need to leave! I think the devil loves makeup. I think he really does. And I know that sounds extreme, but just think about the way that it's advertised. Seductive, sexy, enchanting, alluring, more cute, more hot, a better you. It breeds not only vanity, it breeds envy between women. Comparison, always comparing. It gives you a false sense of security, and it certainly causes insecurity. Insecurity when you're wearing it, that, oh, her makeup is better than mine, my makeup isn't as good as theirs. And insecurity when you're not wearing it, because you could be better. Your skin could be better, it could be clearer. Your eyes could be darker. Your lips could be bolder, they could be bigger. Vanity, vanity, vanity. And how does it impact men? To think that this is how a woman is supposed to look all the time. To be shocked when she takes it off? Because we've all seen the memes, we've all seen the jokes. False advertising. Oh, take her swimming on the first date. But what does it really show? It shows that men want to see what you truly look like. A real human connection with your real face. Like your genuine self, not the fake, not the covered up. Some of the comments I've seen.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There's nothing wrong with dressing up for your husband. Dude, this one boggles my mind. Probably because I married a good man, and he doesn't expect me to paint my face. He doesn't expect me to look perfect all the time. How's my skin look on the camera?
Fantastic.
He doesn't expect me to be constantly beautiful in a worldly sense of the word beautiful, because the world sees beauty as a physical thing with beauty standards that are constantly changing. But godly men see the value in their wives, in their heart, in their love for Christ, in their gentle and quiet spirit. That is where their beauty comes from. That is where their adornment comes from, is from their spirit. You won't open the Bible and see a verse that says, women, wear a little makeup, for your husband. No, it says, respect your husbands, and husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Does Jesus want you to put on makeup? Does he expect that from you? Or does he see you wholly, truly, completely, more deeply than anybody ever could see you and die for you? That is what we are called to. We're also called to be set apart from the world. It's expected of me, so I have to. Oh, it's expected. Like, it's, considered rude if you don't wear makeup. You're considered like you're not put together. So if the world tells you that your natural face, your God-given face, is not good enough, you're going to listen to them. Are you really going to listen to that? Putting it on because you're afraid to not wear it, that shows that you've got the fear of man in your heart. That shows that you're afraid of what people think, and you shouldn't be afraid of what people think of your God-given face, your natural face. Don't stay like that. Be bold. Step out. Don't step out in the confidence that, oh, I'm attractive without it. Oh, I'm pretty even without makeup, because that doesn't matter. It's the confidence that comes with knowing who you are in Christ, knowing that you are loved and valued by Jesus, and your beauty doesn't come from makeup. Again, it comes from a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. When you know that you are of great worth in God's sight, it doesn't really matter so much when you go out and you have some pimples on your face and you think, oh gosh, people are looking at me. No one's looking at you. No one cares. People take one look at you and then they go back to thinking about themselves, because, you're not the center of the world. Like, nobody's paying that much attention to you, especially not to your face and things that you notice, but other people don't. Make your argument against me. I dare you. If you really think about it deeply, and you still think that Christians should paint their face, make your arguments in the comments. Go ahead, because I already know that you're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to pretend, I think like, it's just for me personally. I don't judge anybody who does this. Of course I do. Of course I judge them. I don't judge them and think, oh, they're vain and they're sinful. But I do think they'd shine even brighter with their natural countenance. And I think I'm right. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that I'm right. So let me know what you think in the comments. Men, do you think a woman isn't pretty when she doesn't have foundation on? Women, do you think it's self-expression? Do you think I need to lighten up, let it go, it's not a big deal? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. By the way, I was so embarrassed, like, standing out there with my phone filming myself. I felt so cringe, but I just thought, it'd be good for people to see. I wanted to seize the opportunity while I had a pimple on my face to, like, film that, because people will comment when you say you don't wear makeup, like, oh, that's easy for you to say, like, you have perfect skin, which I don't. And some days it looks good, some days it looks really bad, but on those days where it looks bad or I have acne, I still go out without makeup. I still don't cover it up, and I think that's important for people to see. And I honestly wish my skin was worse when I was taking those videos, but I don't have the filter on right now, as you can see, like I still have some spots that are still fading, and yeah, I have dark circles. And to be honest, like when you're filming videos and stuff, sometimes it looks better in the camera than it does in real life, and sometimes it looks worse on the camera. I don't think it's like an accurate capture really of how someone looks, but anyway, I don't think anybody pays that much attention anyway, to be honest. And my husband always thinks I'm beautiful, so